Welcome back to Fourth and Troll Fantasy. Just to talk about him, mention him here. A couple of Dolphins wide receivers here. Tyreek Hill came out and said, "We're back. Start me." Well, we all did, and we weren't pissed off because it's your best week in 6 weeks. So it's cool, 13.2 fantasy points. But you ideally you see him get in the end zone at some point. Fluke. I mean, we've seen Tyreek with Tua. This is how this goes. Sometimes maybe there's a little bit of rust. Maybe the game plan was a little different. I'm not sure, but I'm not worried about Tyreek. Are you worried about Tyreek?
I'm not worried. I think you just bite the bullet, and you took him top 3,
Right.
overall, maybe 4th overall. He's a very early first round pick, so you have no choice but to roll him out. And there are opportunities to buy low as well. If someone's oh man, first game of Tua back, and this is what I got. This sucks. Let me get out while I can. And if I have the opportunity to make Tyreek Hill my wide receiver 2 on my team, I'm going to take that. That'll be great. But yeah, it's almost funny because there's no choice. It doesn't matter if it's Fluke or for real. You have to line up Tyreek Hill. So
right, Tyreek's in the lineup.
It's fine. You keep him, try to trade for him. But there's the other wide receiver that I'm worried about.
I'm not worried, actually. In fact,
really?
I traded for Jaylen Waddle today.
That's right, you did.
I sent out an offer, felt some things out, and I traded away Tank Dell, my sweet prince, even potentially about to step into a bigger role. But Nico Collins is going to come back, and Joe Mixon is the engine of that offense. So in my opinion, I traded Tank Dell for Jaylen Waddle. I did. I saw an opportunity. I think we've seen 2 games of Jaylen Waddle and Tua together. And in week 1, Jaylen Waddle scored I believe. Let me get the exact line here, but we've seen 2 games. In week 1, it was 16.2 fantasy points, 5 targets, 5 catches for 109 yards, and this week it was 8.5 fantasy points, and he saw 6 targets, but only had 4 catches for 45 yards, and he had two plays where he had some pretty unfortunate drops, and he would have had a better day than that. So he's still on the field a bunch. He's been healthy, which has not been his bread and butter over his last few seasons. I saw an opportunity. I'm not panicking on Jaylen Waddle just yet. In fact, I am buying Jaylen Waddle. So wow. I'm gonna say Fluke because we've seen 2 games, and I know he's talented, and I know he's a great player, and I think he'll be okay.
It's like I need the reverse, when we have a good player and it's okay, do it again and then I'll believe you. It's if you do this again, Jaylen, I'm really concerned because here's what he's got coming up in his schedule. He's got the Buffalo Bills and then the Rams and then the Raiders, and they are not very good with letting wide receivers get points. And then it's the Patriots, and then it's the Packers and the Jets. So if you can make it to week 15 where it's Texans, 49ers, and Browns to finish out in playoffs, okay, I don't know who's making playoffs with Jaylen Waddle unless you trade for him like you did. So I've got some concerns. I do have some concerns. I got concerns with the Dolphins offense outside of Devon Achane. That's kind of where I'm at.
I think the concerns are fair. It wasn't an easy smash accept, I'll be honest, because when you consider all things, 1, my love for Tank Dell. 2, Diggs potentially not coming back this season. Dell might be able to step into this role, but you look at Joe Mixon and what he is the engine of this offense. And I saw an opportunity, and when I was comparing the 2, it was okay, is Tank Dell really going to be that much better than Jaylen Waddle will be rest of season if things pan out for Tank Dell in this expanded role? So calculated risk, but I think Jaylen Waddle's a better player. And so I think I went there with that. But we will see how that goes.